hot, dusty summer day, down a washboard, pothole, gravel road that runs right in front of Consolidated Mines. Locals call it Con Mine. Pull my bike off to the side of the road. I look in at the cluster of offices and sheds and machine shops and garages. Towering above it all stood the Con head frame. Shout, the ringing of hammers, the incessant chug, chug, chugging of the compressors. And I gotta think about these men who go down, down, down into the dark, sweaty bedrock, blasting away at that Campbell shear zone, sucking on that quartz vein, chasing it all the way up under the lakes and the streets of Yellowknife Town. Bar gold. I'm back on my bike, I'm riding past Rat Lake and the Dynamite Shack. I come flying around Suicide Corner, and I can see the first colorful houses of Upper Con Camp in the distance. They're shimmering in the heat. Hanging with the Con kids. Hanging with the Con kids. I'll ride over a small overpass, covers a white tar paper utility box that runs all the way through the camps. Come swooping down Garden Draw, I can see the family plots of vegetables and berries. They seem to ripen before your very eyes under the blaze of the midday sun. I'm up on my pedals now, coming past the Masonic Lodge, middle camp where my buddy Mike lives. Get to the crest of the next hill, I gotta stop. See Lower Con Camp stretching all the way down to the lake shore. South, there's a worn-out, grown-in playground carved out of a swath of willows. Stretches all the way down to the apartments and the staff houses, perched on the rocky cliffs of Yellowknife Bay. To the north was a meandering mine muck of a road, runs past the bunkhouses, the pump house, the Burns Meats plant, all the way down to Con Docks. In the middle of it all stood the Con Rec Hall. Where we danced and we played away the endless days of our youth. Hanging out in the hall, getting into trouble. Freezing our fingers and our toes, curling at 40 below. Saturday afternoon, Mike and I, we might do some pin setting down in the bowling alley, and well, if we were lucky to get away with all our teeth, we'd take the money, get Josie to cook us up a plate of fries in the cafe. Later on, throw some quarters into the jukebox, go down to the docks, throw some rocks, see what's going on. You know, maybe today I'll get the guts to go all the way into Con Caves. Hanging with the Con kids. Hanging with the Con kids. We take a spin up Tin Can Hill, we stash our bikes in the bush, and go sit on the cliffs that look out over Rat Lake. Can look right back in on the mine side. Shift change whistles blowing. Tradesmen and miners, they come spilling out of the dry, still in their white muscle shirts, they're young middle-aged men in their prime. lollygagging across the yard, clutching their thermoses and their lunch pails, laughing, joking, jostling, teasing the young men. Yeah, they all walked out of there today. Life is good. And then they'd follow that white tar paper utilidor box all the way back to their homes and the camps. As I watched them go, I had to think about these men and all the different parts of the world that they'd come from. The Brits, the Scots, the Slavs, the Danes, the French, Portuguese, Spanish, Greeks, the Italians, Asians, so many more. Some of them from the poorest places on this planet, from a time when unspeakable wars ravaged their homeland. There they were, scarred, washed up on the rocky north shore of Great Slave Lake. To a place where a man and his family, well, they still had a chance, you know. They could make a go of it. Hanging with the con kids, hanging with the con kids. Riding back through middle camp, my senses are being teased by the tastes and the smells, and the musics and the languages wafting out of open kitchen windows as I pedal past. Riding up onto Garden Draw, I can see some shirts hanging in the willows. Some of the men have stopped off to pull some weeds, dig some carrots, some potatoes for dinner. Well, it's late in the afternoon. The shadows are getting long. Laundry's getting pulled in off the line. Kids and dogs, we meet up back at the house. Maybe get some ice cream. Find some shade under a big old birch tree. Crumple down onto the cool, cool grass. Hanging with the con kids, 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 hanging